Welcome, all you beautiful souls, to your weekly energy update. And this is for October 16th through October 23rd. Of course, these are timeless too. So whenever you come across these, if your intuition brought you here, I'd still watch the video because obviously it brought you here for a reason, right? But if you are watching this during that period, woohoo! October 18th, Mercury is officially out of its post shadow and direct and moving forward. So we should see some more fluidity in our communication and also in our electronics and different things like that. So we had a wonderful journey through that, but we're ready for it to be going forward for sure. Now, Pluto is still in its post shadow. So we have that death and rebirth and transformational energy still going on that we're reflecting on what we learned during the Pluto period. If you want to check out a video from a couple weeks ago that actually had to do with what we learned during the Pluto retrograde. And then Saturn is now going to be going out of its retrograde into its post shadow on October 23rd. So if you aren't familiar with those words, before a planet goes retrograde, where Earth, kind of moves where it appears, a planet is going in reverse, it goes into a pre-shadow period where it starts to slow and it starts to head towards moving backwards in degrees in comparison to Earth. And then it goes into its retrograde where it's really the strong energy of it. You start to feel it in the pre-shadow, but the retrograde is when the energy is the strongest, turning us inward with whatever planet it is to reflect on things. And then when it starts to slow the backward move and start headed back to where it's going to go direct, that's called the post-shadow period. And that's the period where we do the reflection on what we learned as we went through the retrograde for that planet. So Saturn, of course, is all about challenging our beliefs about life, and it kind of rattles our cage and, what's going on? What is this? Does this belief really fit in anymore for you? And that type of thing. So we've got both Pluto and Saturn, death and rebirth, and challenging our beliefs, all in post-shadow, all in this reflective period that starts up. So it's kind of like, questioning huge beliefs in our lives during this period. Our cage was rattled during the Pluto and Saturn retrogrades, and now we're reflecting on, okay, what was rattled and what are we going to do with that information? It's like, is the world ready for unorganized religion? Is it shaking it up? Are we ready to return where unconditional love is our core belief instead of all the rules and everything that we put around love? So a very beautiful reflection period. So for this video, we're going to be asking Creator and Spirit, what inner revelation did Saturn shake out of its retrograde? And then also Saturn is great because it not only is a taskmaster. If you do the work and question your beliefs and the old ways of doing things, there's also a reward that comes with it. So in addition to what inner revelation did it shake out, we're also going to ask what reward is coming. So we'll see what Spirit has to say. Of course, we are going to pull cards for each individual zodiac sign, and we're going to start into yours right now. All right, Cancer signs, this is your weekly energy update, and we're going to start off here by pulling a card from the Into the Lonely Woods deck. Now, all the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box below, so if any of them catch your eye and you want them for yourself, you know where you can pick those up. So, we're going to use this deck to really focus in on the inner revelations that Saturn brought you. And then, of course, we'll dig in a little deeper. So one more time. All right, so for our Cancer signs, what would you like them to know that came as an inner revelation? All right, it's this one right here. And you have realizations. So the inner revelation was an inner realization. And that is card number 41. Actually, we're going to put these down here. So I'm going to put that right here. And let's take a look and see what message this brings for you. And it says, so often we are distracted. We churn through the day, too busy to see, to hear, to feel, and to think. The soul starves within us, but in a time of aloneness, we can come to moments of deep realization where we begin to understand so much more. Honor those moments when they come within this time and space. The key to moving into a more soulful and rich connection with yourself and the world lies in these more lonesome times. You will have moments of realization that are the key to your entire life taking a different shape in the days to come. And this is a great blessing born from the quiet, the stillness, the space around and within us in isolation. Wow. Yeah, so definitely during these retrogrades, I mean, we had one point where all planets were in their pre-shadow or post-shadow or right in the middle of their retrograde, except for Venus. So a lot of like pointing us inward for our realizations and these awarenesses. So if you had this time of aloneness during that time, one, I'm not surprised, but two, it did bring you very significant awarenesses. We'll dig in here more, of course, and we're going to pull here from the Oracle of the Unicorns. We'll see what else they want you to know about these realizations that you found within this deep isolation period. And that doesn't mean necessarily that you were alone. Sometimes you can be in a crowd and still feel this isolation and aloneness, right? So let's take a look here. What else for our Cancer signs? All our Cancer signs. Okay, they do want this one right here. And you've got the flow. All right. And that says, find an easier path forward, surrender the outcome, release your expectations. So I believe this is probably where a lot of your revelations or realizations were around, right? Going with the flow. Why am I resisting? What are all these blocks? And it says this card indicates that a strong attachment to one particular outcome in a situation is what was locking you into a struggle. You cannot fight the tides that are flowing against you. They are stronger than you, and your efforts will leave you exhausted. You simply cannot do any more from a physical or mental level. Let go and let the divine guide you through these currents instead of battling them by yourself. These unicorns urge you to find a way to relax into your flow and be open to receiving a positive new outcome, especially one that you haven't yet considered. Hand this situation over to the infinite intelligence and trust that an easier way forward will be revealed at the right time. Until then, instead of trying to force your way through, relax, float, surf, and play in the waves with these beautiful unicorns who understand how to dance with the ebb and the flow of life. The moment you let go, you will open space for miracles and an even better outcome than the one you thought had to happen. Magic is possible when you surrender and flow. Perfect. I love this. So perfect. So, of course, the realizations that you had during this time was all about, the attachment you had to a specific outcome in a specific situation, whether it was a relationship, job, education, your body, your money, your possessions, whatever it might be, that you had this attachment to an outcome in the outside world. There's this big realization that you don't have to invest so much energy. It's like trying to swim upstream up a river that's in flood stage. You're just going to be doing a lot of energy as you get, sucked along with the current. So wonderful, wonderful discovery of an easier way of flowing rather than a lot of resistance. Now we're also going to pull from these Tarot of the Dragons, and then we'll also pull a fortune cookie for you here. So we'll use these, of course, to see what else Creator and Spirit would like you to know about this situation. Okay, they do want that one already. All right. So what else for our Cancer signs, please? What else would you like them to know? Okay. Okay. That one, and that one, and that one, and that one. All right. So we'll flip that around here. And we'll start with this one down here, though. And you've got the Sire of Swords, which is the King of Swords in the Standard Tarot. And this is all about you really being in your mind a lot, because not only does this king rule over air, all the kings get another portion of air, so he's double portion air. So a lot of on your mind, a lot of awareness around your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets and your attitudes and your expectations. And you can see here in the rock here, there's an impression of the Ace of Swords. And that is what you actually grasp onto that helps you realize these things, because the Ace of Swords is about connecting to the capital T truths of the higher realm, those that are rooted in unconditional love. And it allows you to connect to that truth that's higher. Plus, it's double-edged. It allows you also to cut away those small t truths of the human world, those that are rooted in the fear of losing conditional love. So you've got these beliefs about the attachments and those things, but you hold the power here to be able to use that to cut things away. And you also have the Knight of Wands here. So Knights are all about action and movement, and with it being the Wands too, it's extreme because it's fiery movement with this Knight. So there is this very fast, quick, and almost extreme movement of your flow as you open up and release your attachment, release some expectations around situations and things and people, right? They're also in search of the Ace of Wands. All knights go on a quest, and so he's in search of the Ace of Wands, which is in search of really getting their power and holding the power, in your own hands, taking your power back, allowing, instead of investing so much of your energy in this outcome and trying to make it and force it to happen, like I was talking about, you're wasting a lot of energy moving forward. With this release, you get that energy back, and then suddenly you feel full and wow, I can use this energy for other things instead. And you have the Sire of Pentacles. So you have the King of Pentacles here. So wow, you got a king and a knight and a king. So 3 royalties so far, which is great, because the King of Pentacles is about abundance flowing in your outside world, security, this fullness of your foundation of how you feel about yourself reflected into the outside world. The Ace of Pentacles that he holds is his new self-worth that he's discovered through his journey through all the pentacles, where when he tried to find his worth on the outside world, it felt unstable because all those things out there are unstable. Relationships are unstable. People change or they pass away. Situations never stay the same. And things break down, deteriorate, or are stolen. And so he realized when he was looking outside of himself for that, he felt unstable, but he ended up turning inward and upward to find his true worth, which is connected to the unconditional love of the higher realm, something that's eternal without any conditions. No way you can lose it. That's solid. That's a solid foundation, not the unstable temporary world out there that's constantly changing and flipping and ebbing and flowing. So I love this solid energy that's coming in here for you. And then you have the Empress. Oh my goodness. Major Arcana. She's all about new birth. She's like the queen of all the queens. So you got all this royalty coming in here. And so you really are gaining your power. The Empress is about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, very much related to a lot of this earth energy too, about feeling grounded, this new birthing, this new springing forward. It's like springtime, right? It's definitely a brightness that comes in with all this too. So you have new things coming with this flow, especially. I can understand you have new places to invest this energy, this new freedom. When you are releasing yourself from all those expectations of the outcome, you will open up the possibilities of things birthing in a whole new way than this narrow have to and supposed to and should. All right. And then you have the Four of Pentacles. So the big lesson that I mentioned with the King of Pentacles is actually he learned during this Four of Pentacles. This was the stability of his worth in the outside world. So they're definitely reaffirming that a lot of what is going on here is you're gaining a solid foundation within yourself instead of the unstable feelings you feel when you're defining yourself by all that stuff out there. So definitely these are reiterating that. I mean, they all kind of are building together here. And then your final card here is the Three of Pentacles. Perfect. This is the Be the Authentic You card. Usually, and there are 3 dragons on here. 2 of these dragons, one of the dragons is you. You're the one that's creating this beautiful works and sharing your talents with the world in your own unique way, sharing the unconditional love in your heart in your own unique, beautiful way. And then the 2 dragons, one of the dragons is like the naysayer. You have people in your life who out of fear feel they have to control your life. So they're going to tell you, well, you shouldn't do it that way. You need to do it this way. Why are you doing that? That's not going to bring any money. You need to do this. This is what you should do with your life. And they're, not supporting what you're wanting to do. They're trying to get you to do what they think you should be doing. And, I call them the dream busters or the bubble busters. They're like, poke, poke, poke. And you're like, we're just going to put you out here. I don't want to hear that all the time, right? Well, the other dragon is one who supports you, who's on your side, that really, is so proud of you. They can't wait to see what you do with it all. But they might even be more powerful to take you off your authentic path than the naysayers, because they're so obvious. But the other ones, and they're not doing it usually out of spite or trying to do anything to you. They're just so supportive. They want to share their ideas too. And they're like, hey, have you thought of doing it this way? And because our little child inside of us doesn't want to have that supporter go to the naysayer and the dreambuster camp, we might alter our course. This is our authentic way we're expressing ourselves, and they ask us to, have you ever thought of doing it this way? And they take us off course. So this card is all about ignore the supporters and the naysayers. Just follow your authentic path the way you want to express it to the world, how you want to flow with that. You don't have to fight against the current of your heart and your soul. You have all this power to help you in that direction. And then we're going to pull a fortune cookie for you and just see what the final message that Creator and Spirit have for you. So for all our Cancer signs, what would you like them to know? What's your final message for this reading for this week for them? Okay, I feel like it's this one right here. Yeah, there we go. Opportunities. And it says, a stranger is about to change your life. Exciting times and plenty of action, plus a special family reunion looks likely. So a lot of different opportunities that are coming up. And like I said, when we're talking about when you let go of the attachment to the outcome of how you think it has to happen, then all sorts of different opportunities open up that you didn't even think were possible, because when you have this narrow of a focus, you're missing all the stuff out here and all the stuff out here. And if you widen your perspective, you get to see all that stuff that was hidden before. So beautiful, beautiful opportunities that are coming your way. And I do love this for you. Now, if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these weekly energy updates, I also put out readings each month for all individual zodiac signs and a few other types of videos as well. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and get notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button, and then by clicking the subscribe button, you also get access to the notification bell. And if you go in there, there is an option for all. If you click on there, then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out of my channel, as well as when I go live to provide free readings on YouTube. I know I've been starting to go live every single day, Sunday through Fridays, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Saturdays, I do bump it back to 8 p.m. Mountain because I also go on Instagram at 5 p.m. to give readings. And then Friday and Saturday mornings at 11 a.m., Sundays at 10 a.m. So if you haven't stopped by yet to say hi and to check it out, I would love to see you. Also, doing all those things I mentioned helps spread the Zen love, and it does help my channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like or comment on one of my videos, or if you share one of my videos, or if you subscribe to my channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy, happy, excited. It wants to share the videos of my channel automatically with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of that, please know I am very grateful. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description of this video below. All right, Cancer signs, as you go throughout this week, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things, and of course, I love you too. Have an amazing week. We'll be talking soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.